What's up, YouTube? My name is Sinwin. This is Automotive Economics. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 things Jack and I hate about his Skyline GTST. The first reason why we both hate this car is
it's just a 240. Dressed up a little bit pretty. I don't exactly know how the S14s drive necessarily, but I assume they're really close to how this drives. I had an S13 SR20 big turbo, and they handle about the same. This one's a little bit heavier than it was. But realistically, if you're wanting to get a Skyline because of how it drives, you're probably better off just getting a 240 and putting an engine swap in it. If you don't have enough money for an engine swap, you don't have enough money for a Skyline anyways. Because you can get like an RB25 and, you know, a shell for a 240 for like, even paying out the ass, it's like $2.5 grand for a shell, which is ridiculous. If you're gonna get this car for the looks and just because it's a Skyline, there's no real driving it reason necessarily to go out of your way and you spend a lot of money on something with 200 horsepower, and it's just like that. That's just how it be.
So the second reason why we hate the Skyline is the stuff that it comes from the factory. It comes with a clutch-driven fan. Jack doesn't like it either.
I can't hear.
So the radio.
Hey, looking for a
Oh, you actually get better stations
You
than I
got
do.
stations down here.
data suggested.
Wow, 3 of them. 4. Where I live, I get 1 radio station on FM because it goes from about 75.1 to 89.9, I suppose. So we get gospel, which isn't nearly as Eurobeat as I would like. And I don't know how to turn this off. Is that it? Nope. Nope.
Well, it doesn't have a power button either.
Nope. There is a way to turn it off, and I always forget what it is. Oh, that's neat.
The third reason why we don't like this car is that people think it's so fast just because it's turbo and because it's a Skyline, but Jack has something else to say.
It's slower than dog shit. It's got 200 horsepower, I guess. It's okay at most. Just the stock drivetrain. Like, you can do stuff to the engines, and engine swaps are doable fairly easily, as far as I know, which is a lot. But it's 210 at the crank, stock factory in 1993. So you get it up to about 4,000 RPM, and it stays the same all the way out to 7,500. So I've personally not gotten it over like 5,700 RPM because there's no point. It makes the same sounds at, 3 to 4. The only one that matters, which is the blow off. And it's still fun to romp around in.
For all you hype beasts out there, the reason number 4 is actually gonna burst your bubble because Jack has something to say as well.
It's all right. It could just be this example, but it doesn't drive incredible. Like, it's fun and it's cool, but compared to a lot of other cars, it's not like exceeding what they say it does. And maybe the GTRs are different. I haven't actually gotten to ride in one. So really, it's just, that might just be me. You really have to just try to get in one. Just see if you can drive one, just see how it is. Because it's especially after that first little bit of hype, once you get one, you're like, oh, this is incredible. And then a week later, you're like, oh, it's just a car. It's just a 26-year-old Nissan, really at the core. It's still a Skyline, but it's still a Skyline. It's a Nissan. There's tons of them, and it looks cool, but drivability-wise, they're all right. They're not really super incredible from what I've felt. Maybe that's just the cars I've driven, and just aren't exactly incredible themselves, which is why I'm more on it. But it's definitely still fun. It's just not. It doesn't live up to where people say it is. And instead of just bringing yourself down after you spend however much you end up finding one for, just see if you can drive one before that and see if you really actually like it, or if you just like what it means.
So the fifth reason why Jack and I don't really like the Skyline is that we are both, I guess, spoiled with mid-engine cars, me with my Lotus and him with his MR2, that just front-engine cars really don't drive the same anymore. And I feel like, and I think he feels the same, is that they don't handle as well. And I'm just gonna give the camera to Jack and just let him explain his side of things on this subject.
So with my MR2, it's a 93 NA coilovers and RPF ones on it. This one's on coilovers with actually Z32 wheels. And just the feeling of when you hit the gas, even with 130 horsepower out of that 5S FE, it feels like more than the 200 horsepower in this. It's just the way the other cars hunker down and go, and the way they corner, and how you have to drive them because they're mid-engined, is just a lot more fun than this, really. And that's probably one of the reasons I don't like it as much. It's because I've spoiled myself, and I had C5 Z06, which is another incredible car, which is actually still under my NA MR2 on my favorite cars. I mean, this is up there, but it's not. It just doesn't live up to the hype like we went over in the last one. The Z06 power band, and I think just the regular base model C5s in general, is just so incredible stock. Like, where torque goes down, your horsepower goes right up with it, and you constantly have power. In sport bikes, I've had 2 ZX10Rs, and those, unlike the 600s, you'll get up to about 10,000 RPM, and then you're put back in your seat and your helmet's on your nose. The ZX10s start out like that, and then once you get to 8,000-9,000 RPM, it's even more so. And no matter how heavy you really are, I weigh 260 pounds up on the front of these bikes, they still will lift straight up in the air, and you got to really be careful about that. But it's just the feeling of these other cars never running out of power, and not having, like, just no matter where you are in the RPM range. I mean, the MR2 is a little bit different. It falls flat on its face after 5,500, but that mid-range is still a lot more fun than that, even though it's not even turbo. It's super slow, but it's on the same level of like the Miata and the E30s. They're fun, and now I'm talking about my MR2 because I love it so much. But
hey, that's another subject for another video, right?
Yeah, eventually.
So that was the 5 reasons why Jack and I hate the Skyline. If you guys have any other reasons why you would hate the Skyline, or if you own one or know anybody that has one, let us know in the comments what you think about the car. What else you think are their shortcomings or downfalls and whatnot. other than the things that me and Jack have said. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. If you have any other comments that you want to tell us about the Skylines, please drop it down below. Again, this is Automotive Economics. I'll talk to you guys next time.